Welcome to Construct Tech TV and our Tech Update. Today we will be examining the top 5 tech trends for construction. We'll be looking at the changing role of project managers, the impact of telematics on rentals, the importance of drones, the changes in ERP, and the future of smart cities and infrastructure. Let's begin by exploring the role of project managers. Now, I'd like you to ask yourself this. Have you considered changing your project manager job description to reflect today's millennials? If not, perhaps you should. The Bureau of Labor Statistics points to new skills that are needed. 20 years ago, a job description called for project managers to plan, direct, and coordinate activities. This was scheduling, budgeting, and implementation. This is still very true today, but tech adds a new component to the job description. The Labor Bureau says project managers often perform the tasks of a cost estimator. That means the use of software to allocate time and money. Couple that with the use of connected technology at the job site, and a project manager's job will be a bit more challenging. But perhaps this is truly an opportunity. Millennials coming into the workforce can use technology skills as a way to stand out. So what is the outlook for project managers? The Labor Department says employment will rise as much as 5% by 2024. And as processes and buildings become more complex, they will all require greater oversight. Jobs will demand more specialized management personnel. So get ready. Project managers will be more tech savvy than ever before. Now let's look at equipment. The first crane for lifting heavy loads was invented by the Greeks. Now just ask Gus at my big fat Greek wedding. All of us Greeks like to say every word has its root from that word from the Greeks. In that case, cranes date back to the late 6th century BC. Fast forward to 1917, and the first mass-produced heavy equipment was Fordson. For those of you who might not know, this was a brand of Henry Ford and Sons. Now let me ask you this. Would you have thought, or would have Henry Ford ever thought today his equipment would collect data? That is exactly what is happening at the job site today with the help of telematics. This is often used in construction equipment to gather information. Now it is transforming how equipment is rented. For the rental companies, telematics allows for more accurate billing, monitoring by region, completing repairs, and theft reduction. But that is just the beginning. Contractors benefit as well. Rental programs can help reduce downtime and ensure maintenance is planned. Telematics has made its mark in automotive, but now it is changing work at the job site. The next tech trend is drones. These devices are flying onto the job sites, but there are a lot of factors to consider. Legislation puts a lot of constraints on the technology, but the good news is there are a lot of specialists. Drone services are quickly emerging, but much like what occurred with BIM years ago, contractors didn't know how to leverage it. So they contracted it out to a third party. Much has changed with BIM since that time. Now we are seeing many contractors using drone services. This takes the burden off the construction company. The real question you should be asking is whether you should be considering drone services for your company. Drones are coming, but are you ready? ERP change is on the horizon. This trend is certainly making its mark known. 10 or 20 years ago, ERP, otherwise known as Enterprise Resource Planning, was supposed to be a one-stop shop. Its roots came from manufacturing. It refers to this suite of integrated applications to collect data. Is there ever a one-stop shop for everything, especially considering all the emerging technology on the job site? In order to enable this, ERP needs to evolve. Data exchange needs to be seamless. Traditional accounting and ERP systems needs to integrate easily with other technologies. So watch as ERP continues to get uprooted. Our final tech trend for today is smart cities and infrastructure. Many cities are rolling out programs. We see this in Kansas City, Kansas, Chattanooga, Tennessee, Charlotte, North Carolina, just to name a few. Now, several organizations are launching even more initiatives. The Connected City Advisory Board has launched its Connected City Blueprint. This guides cities and governments in developing connected city plans. It also highlights the technology required. The challenge is interoperability. We need smarter and more sustainable cities and infrastructure, but integrating all of this technology can be very difficult. Daniel Castro, professor and chair in the School of Building Construction at Georgia Institute of Technology, is here to address some of the challenges and opportunities. Daniel, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much, Peggy. It's a pleasure to be here.
Well, Daniel, let's really begin our discussion talking about the construction industry and more specifically the built environment and technology. Where do you think it's headed? What's your thoughts right now?
My thoughts, Peggy, are related to ways of improving communication, kind of monitoring the projects, especially field information, how to convey that information to the office. It's better to spend more time in the office preventing problems than trying to fix them in the field. So I think that's where we're heading.
Is there a lot of research being done right now that we haven't talked about or that you're really excited about?
Yes, I mean, what I have seen is a lot of research on, not just on BIM, building information modeling development, which, the private sector is doing that. What I've seen more is ways of integrated BIM into decisions, that designers, construction managers, equipment operators can use, and I think just to address issues in safety, in productivity, material management, etc. So that's what I see the research is heading there.
How about sustainability? As I hear you talking right now, what comes to mind is that idea of sustainability. Where are we with that? Is that playing a big role in all of this?
Yes, I will say, probably 10 years ago, everybody was talking about, certificating buildings and designers being accredited. But what I'm seeing now is it's not negotiable anymore. In other words, and now almost everything that we do has to be sustainable. But that means the controls and, as you said, protocols are very important now, because probably performance is going to be more important than sustainability. I mean, because sustainability, we have to do it no matter what. But the way we accomplish, effective measures and the way we save budget and schedule, that's going to be the issues that we need to really pay attention to.
I have probably one more question here, but I'm thinking about the whole smart city side of this, because that's going to bring it all together, and we talk about a lot of that. Where do you see all the big picture of that going for, now and into the future?
Well, data, there's a lot of data coming from equipment, as you know, vehicles, especially the new vehicles that are out there, are throwing a lot of data to the cloud. So we're being suddenly having to manage a lot of data. And I think in construction sites, equipment are also going to give us a lot of data. Not just cycle times, but also energy, usage from those pieces of equipment, fuel, oil, maintenance, also operator information. So suddenly we're going to be facing a lot of data that we can use, to improve things on the job site, not only for the benefit of the business itself or the operation, but also for the benefit of the safety of the operators and the workers.
Well, Daniel, there you have it. As you just said, we'll need a lot of things to make smart cities grow. We'll need a lot of standards and everything. Thank you so much for spending time with us today.
Anytime, Peggy. Thank you very much, and have a great week.
You do the same. All right, that's your tech update for today.